Greetings all, it's Max and we're back and we're just having a good old time out here. A good old time dealing with the insanity. Pure, plain insanity that is the Brian Denlinger cult. Of course, I do not want to keep on going on with this. I actually have plans for Bible studies that I'm going to do in the future. But things just keep rolling my way. And you know where they come from? They don't come from people that follow me. They come from people that are in Brian Denlinger's camp, and on his Patreon, they send me stuff. That's where they come from. Mr. Ministry of Truth, Steve Pearson. Excuse me. You see, now you got your real name on the internet. You see, now I can look you up. You see how Brian Denlinger does that? He allowed you to put your real name on there, and maybe that's your real picture, so everybody knows who you are. You see? You fell into the trap. You fell into the trap, man. Report abuse. Head over to Report Abuse page of YouTube and get Max Bauer reported for hate crimes. What in the heck, man? What hate crimes am I committing, man? Seriously. What hate crimes have I committed? I disagree with doctrine on the what Brian's saying. I disagree with him illegally giving out my personal information, as well as several other people. And he's going to give your information out too, Steve Pearson. He's going to give that out. Once you get upset at something that Brian says, he's going to give your stuff out. He will, because now he has your name. He will do that. I'm going to get reported for hate crimes against a religious group. I'm in that group, man. I'm a KJV onlyist group guy, a Christian. And you're going to say that I am attacking that group of people. I have just submitted my report and selected 5 of his videos in which he spouts hatred towards an individual and us as a religious group. He can be prosecuted for this, or at the very least have his own channel shut down. Dude. If that was the case, I would have had some sort of strike against my channel long before you're just bringing it up now. Long before. Fact of the matter is, I'm not the guy who had my channel shut down. Brian Denlinger, your Messiah. He is the guy who is breaking the law. YouTube looked at his stuff and looked at, all of you people, Brian Denlingerites, were also charging me with bullying on all of my videos. Anything with Brian Denlinger in the name. YouTube looked at it and said, Brian Denlinger, you're gone. Max Bauer, you're fine. All of this stuff was cleared. And this guy's got time that he can go back and try and say that I'm harassing people or something like that. But he doesn't even take into consideration the fact that his Messiah was the guy who was shut down for doing illegal stuff on the internet. Doesn't even, it just goes over their head. They just don't even consider it. They just think that that's cool. That's totally cool. Hey, if you donate to Brian Denlinger and he takes your personal information when you're ticked at him because he's teaching crap, when you're ticked at him, he's going to take your personal information, put it on the internet. You think that's cool, Steve Pearson. You think that that's just the way that things should be. But then you're going to come after me and say, report me for hate crimes. Hate crimes. Where in the world do you get this mentality? What sort of spell are you under? You're going to report me for hate crimes. Hate crimes. Really? Who is the guy who broke the law here? Is it me or is it Brian Denlinger? Tell me. Which one? Did I break the law? No. Brian Denlinger broke the law. And then he continues to break the law over and over and over and over and over and over again. How many people has he doxed in the last month? How many people? He wants to say, get rid of Ed by any means necessary? Huh? You're going to tell me that I have a hate crime because I attack his doctrine. This man puts himself and says he's a minister or something like that on the internet. I am completely allowed to make commentary on all of his BS. Completely. I am not allowed to share his personal information and all of his stuff unless he already released it. Unless it's already somewhere else up there. That wasn't the case with me. He decided to do that. And he decided to release other people's personal information too. He decided to be a criminal and then still call himself a pastor and still suck up money from the body of Christ. That is him. That is your Messiah, man. But I am the guy with the hate crime. I'm the hate crime. I'm the hate criminal, man. You know, I just hate everybody, right? I just hate everybody. Ministry of Truth, my whatever. You already know what I'm going to say. My behind. I'll be nice. Steve Pearson. And you don't look like you're that young, so I don't know how you could be that stupid. And if you have that much time to go flag 5 of my videos, you obviously don't have a job, just like your master, Brian Denlinger. If you have time to go through 5 of my videos and say, oh, it's abuse, and do every, go through every little thing with a fine-tooth comb about how evil I am and how bad I am. Dude, why don't you go back 6 months ago when I was actually told Brian to get a Patreon account, and where I was posting and re-uploading Brian's videos and was actually a big supporter of Brian. Why don't you go back there? Because I was doing that for about 4 years. Whenever I started my YouTube account on this account, probably 2014, something like that. Big supporter of Brian. People seem to forget that fact. And same with Chad. Big supporters of Brian Denlinger until he flew off the rails. He went off in this Trinity thing, and then he doubled down on it. And then he attacks people that disagree with them, and he makes it a salvation issue. That's a huge problem. And that's why we are after Brian Denlinger. And the guy's just a jerk and a liar. I mean, I've proven in my last video, the guy just lies all the time. Ed Veninger proves the guy lies all the time. And you want to tell me I'm a hate criminal? I'm a hate criminal because I make a video that disagrees with Brian Denlinger, or I make commentary on his stuff, something like that. I'm a hate criminal now. That's what I am. You've selected 5 of my videos. Oh man. Oh no. I'm shaking in my boots, man. I'm shaking in my boots. We can have his channel shut down. Not likely, man. Not likely. I mean, if Brian Denlinger can break the law a half a dozen times and not get his channel taken down, and I've been flagged with all kinds of crap in the last month, and it all got disbanded. Like, everyone, it was all just cleared away off of YouTube. The idea that you're going to get me on some sort of thing after they had to watch all those videos that everybody wants to flag me on, and decided that no, I was in the right in what I was doing, or I did not violate any terms of service. They already watched all the videos. They already watched them. So the idea that my channel is going to be shut down over this crap, let's report abuse. Report abuse. Abuse. Yeah, I want to report abuse. Brian Denlinger abusing me. The whole thing with my real name and my information is actually still up there on this private thing, and I keep telling YouTube, hey, take it down, take it down, take it down. And they won't, or they haven't, or they think it's a private thing, or whatever. And that's a big deal. I mean, I do not give anybody any right whatsoever to put my real information on the internet without my permission. Period. That's all there is to it. I never gave Brian the right to put my information on the internet. And he is the only one that even knew, because I donated to his ministry. And that's the big thing that he won't even tell anybody about. The reason he knows about me is because I'm donating to his ministry. That's it. Nobody has the right to say anything linking my real name with my Max Bauer name. Period. You just don't. But apparently I'm abusing Brian Denlinger, right? According to Steve Pearson. So Steve, you're kind of a douche, all right? If this is what you spend your time doing, looking at my stuff and going, oh, how is he attacking Brian? How is he attacking Brian? How is he attacking Brian? And looking through this stuff, you really need to check yourself. You really need to check yourself as to, is what you're doing actually correct? And who is telling you to do that? And what benefit is it to you to do that? You see, Brian has been telling people to go after Ed and get timestamps of all this stuff. So Brian can supposedly go after Ed or something like that and have his, has his little minions out there going to go do this stuff. But what's going to happen? Some little minion's going to come up with something and think they have a case, and they'll get themselves in trouble. Steve Pearson, you're right there. You're going to get yourself in trouble. And Brian's not going to get his hands dirty at all. It's going to be all on you, Steve Pearson, because you're the one who is doing it. That's the reason that Brian took down his video, inciting people to go out and look for things that you could go attack certain people on. Go out and look for things that can maybe sue them on. Go out and go look for things. I'm not going to get my own hands dirty. I don't have time to look through all those videos. But you guys go out there. You guys go do that. Yeah. Because he can't handle it, man. He can't handle it. He wants you to get in trouble. He doesn't want himself to get in trouble. It's a perfect cult leader mentality. And Steve Pearson, you fell right into it. And I feel bad for you. But if you think that, you're going to come after me, dude, you're going to get slam dunked. I mean, that's just all there is to it. All right? You got nothing on me. You got nothing on Ed. Alls we are is making commentary on the guy's video. The guy puts up public videos, and he says he's a minister and a pastor and blah, 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 blah. We are not threatening anything against Brian, except for the fact, that he's doxing people, which is a crime. And, I'm starting to think that, what? I think I'm just going to call the authorities and have him picked up. That's my opinion of it, because that is a crime. The problem is I'm going to have to go to freaking Maine then. I don't want to go to Maine. I don't want to go down there. So before you start getting all trumped up, Steve Pearson, trumped up in what you think you can do on the internet and how to shut people down or whatever, and say that I'm doing hate crimes. Hate crimes. Really, I'm doing hate crimes now. Before you think about doing that, why don't you check yourself a little bit? Why don't you just check yourself? Who is asking you to do this? Are you doing this of your own accord? Or did somebody incite you to do it? Who incited you to do it? Why would you do it in the first place? What dog... I'm trying to come up with the expression. A bone in the fight, dog in the fight, something like that. You don't have anything in the fight. There's nothing in the fight for you. What do you hope to gain? The only thing you have to gain is a pat on the back from Brian Denlinger. And while you're sitting getting sued off your ass for attacking people and doing things you shouldn't be doing, Brian Denlinger is going to be like, Oh, the Lord's going to be with you, brother. The Lord's going to be with you. And that's what he's going to do. Meanwhile, you're getting slam dunked. That's what's going to happen. No, I'm certainly a jerk on the internet. I'm certainly a jerk. And yes, I use coarse language. But hate crimes? You're going to call me a hate criminal? Absolutely not. And I will fight that. I'm going to fight everything that you have to come up against me. And you know what, man, I'm sad that you're so mind-controlled by Brian Denlinger. I was probably in the same way, a year ago, something like that. Probably. But understand that what this man does is now going to affect your life because you put your personal information on the internet. You decided to do that. And, 5 years from now, someone's going to look up and go, oh, Steve Pearson, you're that guy that said Max Bauer was a hate criminal. Because now it's on the internet. Good for you, man. Good for you for giving the guy your personal information. Good for you. And I think I'm about done with this. And like I said, I've been done with Brian for a long time. I didn't expect him to come back so quick. I really didn't. But the insanity of the people that are in the wingnut cult, as I like to call it, because I am attacking him or coming out against him or showing the guy's true colors, they're going to come after me and call me a hate criminal. A hate criminal. I'm not the guy who broke the law. Brian Denlinger is. It's a gross freaking misdemeanor. And the guy's done it over and over and over and over again. So, anyways, I hope, Steve, you'll wake up a little bit. And I guess we'll see you in YouTube court after all of my stuff has been reported. And YouTube looks at it and goes, oh, and he's one of those cult member guys. And they just ignore it. We'll just see what happens there. Report abuse. Report abuse. What am I doing to abuse anybody? Nobody has to watch my channel. I'm not forcing anybody. At this point, I don't even have a Patreon, a donate. I'm not monetized. I don't have anything. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about the Bible. And I calls them like I sees them. That's what I do. So, Steve, good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I appreciate you think I'm a hate criminal. I didn't know I was that important. And it's also interesting that in here they recognize that they're a cult in his thing because they're a religious group. Well, Christianity is a religious group. Oh, they must be something separate from Christianity. Yeah. They are a cult. You can't attack our cult. That's a hate crime. And I'm sure he didn't intend that when he wrote it, but it does come out in what he wrote. It comes out exactly like that. Attacking a religious group. I'm in the same religious group. I'm a KJV onlyist guy who is a Christian. What religious group are you different from me then at? What do you got, man? It came out in the way that he wrote it is that they are a cult and they understand they're a cult. Okay? Through ministry of truth. They know they're a cult. You have a hate crime against my cult. That's what it comes down to. And that's what it is. If anyone sees something different other than what I'm saying, please let me know. But with that, I'm going to be out of here and I'm going to be laughing and laughing and laughing. And like I said, if these people shut my channel down, you know what it does to me? Nothing. It frees up some spare time. It does nothing to me. It does nothing. So with that, we are out of here.